Welcome to our international podcast, Below the Belt. Who vex? Vex. It's Friday and we outside. We out here. We in K. Who vex? So good to be with you folks. Got some special folks joining us today, guys. Some really special people joining us. We all there. I see Isabella Butters is already here. Beatrice Selby is here. I got Siobhan McDonald is here as well. And guys, you got a packed program for you guys. We're gonna be talking about a lot of the stuff that are topical currently. Lots of the issues that are prevailing in our society, whether you're at home or in the diaspora. I'm so happy to have some of my favorite people with me today. And we're going to be wading into some of these issues. And of course, the regulars there, Isabella Butters, Beatrice Selby, Siobhan McDonald, and all the other folks joining us. And drop us a comment. We're going to give you guys a quick shout out. We ain't got no time to waste today, folks. We just want to get on with it. We just want to get on with it. Please and thank you. Sometimes in life, you just got to get on with it. Please. Please, guys. Happy Friday and welcome to Below the Belt, guys. Really happy that so many of you are joining us already. You know, once you come on, don't waste time. Share the damn live stream and smash that emoji button for us, guys. So good to have you. BH Selby, Siobhan McDonald, Lena Williams. Good to have you, folks. Good to have you. Guys, good to have you. I see Ann Vincent joining us as well. Drop a comment. We give you guys a quick shout out and we move things along. I see we got lots of folks joining us. I see scores of folks joining us. And just as going to be hundreds of folks joining us. We love to have you guys. You all know these programs are about you. Siobhan says she's watching from Florida. I got Deborah Leach is joining us as well. Beatrice Selby says sometimes I get so fed up with this nonsense. And Desiree Hollingsworth is here as well, guys. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. Deborah Leach is here. Desiree Hollingsworth, we said, is here too. Yvette Gordon is here. Good to have you, Yvette. Good to have you. Debbie Apple is here too. All the Deborahs and Debbies and Desirees, all the D's. Carl Fordyce is not to be left out. Carl is here too, guys. Great to have you. Wherever you fantastic folks joining us from today. Good to have you guys. Carl Fordyce, Debbie Apple, Desiree Hollingsworth, Yvette Gordon. Good to have you. Roll Andre Hamilton has joined us as well, guys. Smash that emoji button. Good to have you. And great to have our guests. We got a couple of folks who've been joining us today. You know, we like to mix things up ever so often. Nobody can eat okra every day. You got to mix things up ever so often. Siobhan McDonald is here. Marilyn King. Terry Ann Grenville. Good to see you. June Chase. Good to see you. Really happy that all of you guys have chosen to join us. It won't be the same without you folks. It will not be the same, folks. It will not be the same. We hope, guys, it's Open Mic Friday. Send us your voice notes. And we're going to be loving to hear from you. We can talk a couple issues and anything bothering y'all, anything on your mind. Feel free to send us a voice note. And we're going to try to respond to them in a very, very timely manner and as quickly as possible. So send us those voice notes, folks, and let's see how we can do this. And just hoping everything goes smoothly because we got a lot of moving parts. Guys, we got two folks joining us. One from the diaspora and one from right here in Guyana joining us today. And guys, you feel free if you want to introduce yourself by your names. Feel free to do so. If not, that's okay. That's quite okay as well. But give us a little bit about yourself as you are joining the podcast today. And I would say ladies first.
Hi, Sharad. This is Onyx Duncan, member of the AFT. I am joining here from Georgetown, and I've been on the fight for the cause for a long time.
Onyx,
so it's not a now fight; it's always has been a fight.
Yeah. And Onyx indeed has always been out front. Our next guest, go right ahead.
Hi, viewers. Good afternoon. I'm Marlene Thomas.
Marlon Ford, whatever you want to call me. I'm from the diaspora, and I'm over here struggling, and I'm there also in Guyana in spirit, and fighting for the cause of my fellow Guyanese.
Yep, folks. And I can say of a truth that Marlon is always fighting, always wanting to know what's happening in Linden, what's happening in Burbies, what are you guys doing? Always interested in how she can play a part in terms of turning things around here, folks, and turning things around for the better. And they have been both are activists in their own right. And as Onyx said, in the fight, folks. So glad to see Susan Kansas joining us. Sukshan Sudhari joining us as well. Good to see so many of you beautiful folks joining us from the diaspora and at home as well. And Onyx don't rest. Onyx don't rest. And Onyx was on the forefront of a protest that has recently concluded just a couple minutes ago, really and truly. Onyx, and this is as it concerns the supernumerary constable, Shawnit Bollers, who has alleged that Attorney-at-Law Nirvan Singh, son of the former Chancellor Karl Singh, spat on her, shouted at her a lot of derogatory comments and so forth. As you guys know, the DPP, Shalimar Ali Hat, has withdrawn those charges, and the people are very, very upset about this issue. Onyx was, I think, part of a contingent of folks who were out there at the DPP's office earlier today, protesting. Onyx, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, well, Sharon, we were out there, National Congress, leader of the opposition, and we were out there for a cause, because we know that everyone's rights should be protected, everyone's rights should be respected, and as a serve,
Onyx, stay close to the mic, please. Stay close to the mic. You break them a little bit.
Sure. While they protect and serve, we should be able to also show them the same faith in that regard, well, and protect and serve them, and show them the same respect that they would like to show us, because it's an evolving world.
Correct.
And Sherrod, I was out there, and when we started making the knives, it's a peaceful process in that regard. It was a peaceful process. And then you saw police started to turn up. Two policemen came on motorbikes. So you already know that. She's upset about it. And when they came, other police officer came, a sergeant came, and we were told that we need to remove from the street in front of the DPP there and go on the seawall and continue our protest action. So it shows that, although you were protesting for a good cause, it still, affects people. It still affects people, and no one should be affected. And all the men that they send, the policemen that they send out, they know that they have mothers and sisters and aunts that would not like them and calling them black people. And then the black people have no purpose. So how disrespectful is this government is so
Onyx, the last sentence there broke up a little bit. If you don't mind repeating that for us.
Yeah, I just showed. I'm going to start with it showed where this government has no respect for people in Guyana, because we all are one people. We're still in one Guyana all the time, but this is not one Guyana, because everybody needs to respect it in the same way. Just as when this government came out to defend it, Ali, right? I'm not saying that what she did was wrong, but people came out in numbers and say it on social media and defended Ali, right? And the same defense they use in that situation.
Onyx,
now
Onyx, I'm getting an echo. I'm getting an echo. Onyx,
than the Ali situation.
All right. Hopefully we can get some better audio from Onyx. It's echoing just a little bit there. hopefully Onyx can help us. And I'm joined by another participant in our podcast. One of our friends. Folks, today is like our fans day. It's like fans day. The fans taking over. We have another fan joining us all the way from Scanlon, and she can introduce herself. She wants to let you guys know her name. She's free to do so. If not, she's free to do the opposite as well. But introduce yourself in any way that you can. Scanlon, come in, and then I want Marilyn to tell us give us her input on this issue concerning Charlotte Ballers, and then over to our late arrival. Go right ahead from Skeldon.
Hi guys, I'm Sandy.
Hi, hi. How is Skeldon today?
Very warm and sunny.
Stay close to the mic for us. How is Skeldon? Sunny?
Warm and sunny.
All right. I'm hearing sunny. I'm missing something there. Maybe it's a bad mic day.
Oh my god.
Sorry, are you here now?
Yes, Onyx, I can hear you much clearer. Candy Rock can come in.
Hi Gerard. Are you hearing now?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Well, we're very happy that Skeldon is sunny. Marlon, let us know your thoughts on this issue concerning Supernumerary Constable Charlotte Ballers and the dismissal of the charges against Attorney Law Nirvan Singh. Jump in there.
My thoughts. I was looking at the protest today, and since yesterday, I am so much annoyed about the decision of the DPP. Now, this young lady and the mother was a serving member or is still a serving member of the Guyana Police Force. She was on duty being assaulted, and I cannot understand why is it charges were being dismissed and hence a person who is supposed to be a lawyer representing people. This is gross disrespect. It is inhumane. It is racist, and every other word that you can think about. That woman knew her day in court and let us hear her side of the story. The DPP hasn't carried this matter to court. Nobody knows what is it. And it is wrong. Now, the police behavior this morning, because I was looking at it, the behavior of the police this morning, it is most disgusting. If it was the sugar workers out there protesting, they would not have sent police and put up barricade. The sugar workers would not have been disturbing the DPP. But here we have a handful of Afro-Guyanese protesting for something to have judgment over, and you out there harassing them, and then send a set of black police. This woman was one of their colleagues. This is what justice is in Guyana. This is what one Guyana is. They need to stop at one Guyana because I know it's one people, one nation, and one destiny. But it seems as though it's only the Afro-Guyanese or the coalition supporters are being victimized. Where is freedom of speech? These people were protesting peacefully. They were not disrupting traffic. They were not doing anything out of the ordinary. All they were doing there is calling for justice. And justice is what we need. And if we gotta go to CCJ to get justice, so be it. Because this is not good enough. This shows all the bias, the racism, the vindictiveness, and everything of the DPP and the PPP government.
Exactly.
Installed though they may be.
Exactly.
Something has to be done. I'm very much upset. I sat there this morning, I'm at work, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, my God.
Exactly.
This is what Guyana turned to. This is what Guyana has become.
Yeah.
Black people cannot stand up and say anything for themselves.
Yeah.
Next thing I want to say, what happened to the women's organization in Guyana? Are they deaf, blind, and dumb?
Yep, that's right.
They're not coming out and saying anything concerning this.
That's a good observation.
Shalimar,
Good observation.
what's your name? Shalimar Haka, whatever should be, DPP lady.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
woman
would
is
have wanted to
terrible.
know if somebody had fought in some relative of war, what would she have done?
Yeah, yeah. Very interesting, Marilyn.
That's a
Skeldon Rock and come in.
cold-hearted woman.
Great to have Skeldon.
Jesus.
I would say the same thing too. I agree. I totally agree. She has no morals. I don't know how the heck she got in there to get that position. Who placed her there? And she has no heart. She's a stone-hearted, cold-hearted person because I can't see you being biased all the time. Justice in our country right now is being thrown to the garbage. Anybody that say that, especially the PPP go against the APNU supporters. If you're black, if you support APNU, then you're doomed. That means you don't have no class and you don't have no place in the society. You're not supposed to shine. You're not supposed to elevate yourself. You're not supposed to upgrade anything about yourself. You must be one way. That's how APNU supposed to be, and all the supporters as well. So PPP literally puts you down, and that woman, the BPP, that woman is being very biased because I have an issue with this problem with these women now. The woman with that get charged, Sharon,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with the niece for the minister.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Why is it? Why is it? Yeah. Why is it? What goes for one goes for all.
Psych evaluation.
Okay.
Psych evaluation.
Psychiatric evaluation. What is wrong with her head? Wasn't she thinking when she was going in the first place? So she was already she had to get psychiatric evaluation because she got caught. So all the time when she was going through, God in heaven knows how many times she has passed through with that thing. I went through freely, and nobody has observed that. So now that she got caught, they're saying psychiatric evaluation for her that something is mentally deranged about her head. It wasn't mentally deranged about her head when she was making the choice and decision to go ahead and do it in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it is very one-sided and selfish because they have a lot of young women in the women prison who is there for the same, likewise the same matter that got caught up in with the wrong people. They're there. They're very young. Why isn't there? Why they're not giving those young ladies psychiatric evaluation as well? Why it has to be for this one particular person because she's a PPP, a part of the PPP regime. That's why.
Onyx, you know, this one Guyana look different to different people. This one Guyana.
What one Guyana? What one Guyana, Sharon?
hold on.
Guyana? These people has divided Guyana into so many pieces. I lost count.
Onyx, jump in there.
You know, I lost count. Everything in Guyana. You know, Burnham had so much visions and so much hope for this country. I know he's turning in his grave right now because his moral, his ethics and whatever he would say, that's to be Guyanese people come first for him. You must place the Guyanese people first before anything else. Because we are the inheritors, we are the beneficiary of this land. And we have all the rights to this land, not the foreign investors.
But based on what you're saying,
investors are coming here and they're taking our riches, they're taking our resources for next to nothing. All the years back, we didn't know what they were doing because now we're getting an inside of what they're doing. In back in the days, we couldn't tell you how much gold they were taking, how much diamond they were taking, how much bauxite, and then it is now manganese. And you don't know what else there is. You understand? So now they're doing, and Barjack there is very unscrupulous and demeanful, and he's very deceitful, and I don't know what more to call this man. This man is so unscrupulous that it shows on him every day. Do you guys take a good look at this man here? All his deeds that he's doing and all his deeds that he's paying for, it's actually showing on him. You know, the wicked intentions that this man have. And he don't care about anybody in this country because people are getting poorer, people are suffering, and you not saying anything. All the foreign investors are coming in here. They are owning land. They are owning this country will be owned by foreign investors soon to come. And the Guyanese people will be like the slave again, and they won't have no say on their own property or their own land. So we will come to the sideline and we will be begging and we will be looking very bad to the other countries abroad. I don't know what to say about this man.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
am
yeah,
so sick and tired
yeah,
of waking up every day and hearing something happening to Guyanese people. And then again, I'm sick and tired of getting up every day also and hearing how much benefits the foreign investors are getting, and that everything is going so high. Cost of
yeah,
living is
yeah,
rising
yeah,
every
yeah.
goddamn day.
And
We have
we coming
natural
to that.
resources.
We coming to that. Hold
Yes,
on.
sir.
We coming to that. Right. Onyx, what are your thoughts?
Charles, see if we don't want to as move forward. The only way we can move forward as a people is if we stand together. Because I've been posting every day on my Facebook since this issue with Aria Ali. We've been seeing people coming out and defending her in their numbers, and we you know the persons who say they're boasting about activism and and they're boasting about women rights and all these things, but all they do is selective activism. Because when the time and when the leader rises for the activism, there's no one there on the forefront. There's no one there to support the cause, the real cause, and this is a real cause. And if people don't open their eyes, people, the government of today will continue to trample on them. The government of today will continue to use them and continue to say, oh, you're going to get a 25,000 cash grant, and then they're going to shut your mouth for 3 months. And then come back again, something else arises, and you open your mouth tomorrow, they're going to give you an next cash grant. That is what they're going to continue to do because they know that they can continue to use you and give you things. You're going to get a 25,000 cash grant.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Marlon, jump in. We're getting some echo. We're getting some echo from Onyx. Turn, yes, turn on your television if you have that on. Maybe a delay there. Marlon, go right ahead. Guys, there's that. Onyx, you need to help us. Mute your end, Onyx. Onyx, muted your end for us.
Yeah, somebody mic is on, so I'm hearing myself back. I'm sorry to hear, Sharon.
Guys, Candy, muted your end. Guys, once you're not on, muted your end. Help us, guys. Help us. Once you're not on, muted your end.
Somebody mic is on, so I'm hearing myself back.
Guys, please help us.
Candy, muted your end. Guys, once you're not on, muted your end. Help us. Once you're not on, muted your end.
Skeldon, please help us. Muted your end. Great, awesome. Good. So I'm starting from the Skeldon end.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm just saying once we're not on responding to a question or commenting, just muted your end. It's going to help us with that feedback because I know you guys might be listening to yourself too. So please help us in that regard. Once you're not on, just muted your end. So guys, we have this agri-investment forum and expo happening. What are your thoughts? I'm certain you have had a chance to size up some of it, take in some of it. They're aiming to reduce the imports of food items into the Caribbean by 25% by 2025, and you know we seem to be initiating this leg of it. Lots of the speakers have said this is not the first iteration of this. They've seen lots of conferences of this nature in the region. This is just another go at it. What are your thoughts on the whole of the Agri-Investment Forum and Expo? Marlon seems to want to jump in. Marlon, Onyx, and then Skeldon. Rock and come in. Go right ahead, Marlon.
Get enough feedback.
Onyx, muted your end. Go right ahead, Marlon.
Yeah.
Over to you, Marlon.
Okay, yes, Sharon. He's getting a heavy feedback.
He's getting a heavy feedback.
Go ahead, Marilyn.
Anyways, let's let me go back to what Candy just said first before I address this argument.
Reverse. Go
The
ahead.
cocaine lady, she gone for psychiatric evaluation. I am wondering, and I hope that the girl that they charged yesterday or the day before, that she will be sent for psychiatric evaluation also. And I hope that all the other females that they have locked up for a couple of grams of marijuana or a little cocaine, all of them get psychiatric evaluation. Because as far as I am concerned, the girl or the minister niece, this is not the first time for she. She been doing this all the time, but she get catch now. And she get catch now because somebody must be talk, we gotta pay the right to the tax. Anyways, the agriculture business, I am paying much attention to it because I'm so aggravated. Because for me, it would be a wise gesture and a wise move for Guyana. But for me, it ain't making no sense at all for Guyana. It is not making no sense. Because it's a sense of talk, and more talk. Because we manganese going away, we gold going away, everything going away. You know, you're calling tell me about agriculture. Bornum, they tell you about feed, clothes, and house. And people be used on Bornum. Guyana was the breadbasket of the Caribbean. Now, where are we? We ain't even the bread, much more the basket. And then, I could remember a few years ago when the David Grazer, when the coalition went into office. Grazer spoke about we utilizing breadfruit to make money. And some people had issues with it because some people curse out. And so we're really great to telling them, and breadfruit is like very nice chips. But we are reminded, we just want the foreign things them. And what Prime Minister Rowley said, he was spot on with whatever he said. He was spot on. But, anyways, we watching and we waiting and see. Out of that, I think that the children from Guyana School of Agriculture should have been invited to this forum that they have. They should have been invited to the forum. But they left out all those young children that should have been there to learn something or gain something from it. They left them out. Because we have 29 children in Linden in Region 10 that I know about that graduated from GSA in 2019. Their contract 2020. Their contract finished last year, October. And how the PPP is so liar and deceitful, and they cannot help themselves with it. They invited, Zulfikar invited these children from Linden to Georgetown to the convention center to have a meeting with them. And you know what was the meeting about? Oh, Barajagdia was at the meeting instead of Zulfikar. That's the first betrayal. So instead of Zulfikar at the meeting, here was Barajagdia. So that was the first betrayal. And then he said to them, oh, we're going to release you all from your contracts because they have scholarships. So we will release you all from your contracts and you all will do private investment. So they will work with themselves because they ain't got work to give them. They ain't got work to give them. I guess mostly because it's 29 black children and they come from Region 10. So we ain't got work to give you. We can give you all $250,000 each for you to start your own business. That was what it was about. So embarrassed about the government. And I think that it's time that you need people stop the talk and walk the walk.
All right, guys, hold on.
I am waiting. I am waiting and looking for the day when we can get boots on the ground and they're going to come out in the full numbers, regardless of whichever party you're supporting and your
Mhm.
ethnicity.
All right, guys, hold for
Come
me
out.
and let's take a contributor. Hold for me. Mute at your end
Yeah.
and let's take a contributor.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good
Yes,
afternoon,
sir.
Sharad.
I agree with
Sorry
Hold on,
that I
Onyx.
wasn't
Hold on,
able
Onyx.
to
Hold on, Onyx.
join
and
this
I'm glad
afternoon,
that private
Onyx,
but
hold
my
voices
on.
can be
contribution
heard
would be
on this Agri Forum
O-
currently because I saw that the Guyana Chamber of Commerce spoke out about the tariffs that these other countries like Trinidad has on Guyana. And I'm glad that these people are seeing that these are things that were initiatives that were created by the previous Jaglio administration, which is good because we remember, and you know, whenever something that fails to happen, we remember it. It's something that we can look back on. So I am glad that Mr. Gaston can point that out. It was a 2015 Jaglio initiative. And and another thing I pointed out when I looked at the forum and everything when they got to the conference center, you would have seen that there was a selected number of entities. I think GSA was there. Some persons from GSA was there to allude to the fact that what the other speaker was saying. But some people from GSA, but you're seeing selective schools being called to go to these events, and you have schools like QC and builders. These are the top schools. What happened to the schools that do agriculture? In the community, in the schools there at different communities, Buxton and all these different places. What happened to the school in Barbados? Why weren't they invited to this event? Why these kids can't have the same share of the pie like the people from QC? You know, so it shows how selectively they choose who they want to be there and who they want to place one Guyana hat on to show what the campaign that they have going on as government,
Yeah.
right? And but
Yeah.
my thing is, Gerard, is that this forum will bring will open a new eye for Guyanese and Guyanese investors because it's going to be a talk for now. It's going to be a talk for these 3 days, and then 4 weeks from now, you're going to see a different talk. You're going to see Zulfikar in different communities because he can't help the people out in regard to agriculture and the flooding that.
Back to square one then. Back to square one.
and then if he's an officer of the court as an attorney at law, Nirvan Singh should not be allowed to eke out a living in Guyana as an attorney. He needs to be disbarred. He needs to surrender his law license. The DPP should be brought on charges for corruption in public office and obstruction of justice. And she also needs to lose her law license. She should not be practicing law anymore in Guyana.
Very, 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 very strong sentiments from William, and I want to thank him for sending us that. Go right ahead, Marlon. Skeldon, jump right in there. Skeldon, let's hear from you.
Marlon, Skeldon, jump right in there. Marlon could go ahead first, and then I'll come in after.
Great, great, great.
Skeldon, let's hear from you.
Oh, I agree with that, College.
Skeldon, mute for us, Skeldon.
Should be.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Good,
I
great.
agree with him. They should be removed because they're not good enough for Guyana. That's all I will say.
Awesome. I'll take another contributor, and then I'll come back to Skeldon. We love to be the Skeldon.
Good morning, Sheridan team.
Good day, good day.
Good morning to listeners and viewers. I had a vision, a dream that one day the Caribbean can become united. I don't know if that's going to happen in our lifetime. But you see how there are links from one state to the next, and it's called the United States of America. This would be a vision for the Caribbean. It means the transportation, which was spoken about at that agro seminar, conference, whatever it's called, it can be realized if our goods can move from Caribbean islands, countries, Guyana, and otherwise, so that there can be that production, the movement of food. Is that possible? What do you think of that? It would be a dream come true with that movement from one place to the next in the Caribbean. That's my vision.
Mhm, mhm.
It might not be realized in my lifetime, but one day, hopefully, it could happen so that the importation of food items can be deleted, removed, and the Caribbean islands can feed
Yep,
themselves.
yep.
Have a
Self-sufficient.
good day.
Yep, yep. Self-sufficient. Thanks for that contribution there. Self-sufficient. Not a bad way to go to. Let's take another one, and then we get a guy to win.
Good afternoon, Sharon,
Good afternoon.
invited guests, and listeners. I'm going to start off today about the conference that is being held in the name of an agricultural forum. I want to say when I did some checking up, I do not think that the organizer for that event is on the right track.
Hmm.
Now, when you look at the cost of the booths, which small time farmer can afford that sort of money to participate in the event?
3 million,
So,
four
first of
million.
all, I want to say that the target market is in default because you're not really catering for the small farmers. So, that's my first comment on it. I don't know what is wrong in Guyana at the moment, but I am asking the question like so many others, where are the women groups? I also watched this morning at the protest that was taking place, and I'm not very happy. The police force, or I should say the members of the police force, they are in a mess. Now, we're talking about a female officer who was violated. She was spat on and she was called all sorts of names. But yet the police are out there harassing
Yeah.
the woman
Mhm.
and those persons who chose to stand up for something. Are the members of the police force ashamed of themselves? If you cannot stand up for your colleague, then where is your moral standard? You know, it's very sad. And I began to get very upset, so I came off of the live feed for that
Mm-hmm.
protest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. And as you're saying that, I see Amanda Walton this year, member of parliament, said on social media that I expected to see sections of, Amanda has been feeling a little bit under the weather these days and getting better. She says, I expect to see certain action. I expect to see action from women's organizations across Guyana, Red Thread, Women Across Differences, the NCW, the PWO, the WFC, everybody. She said, what are we allowing in our society? This complacency and marking time rather, must stop. If you want a stark example of the results of complacency and silence in the face of the relentless assault on human rights and dignity, look no further than the US, where hundreds of millions of women will no longer have the right to choose what happens to their own bodies. Slowly, we are being stripped of our dignity, but like the proverbial frogs in the slow boiling water, we will remain blissfully ignorant and avert our gaze. Shannon Buller's mother and an officer of the law was assaulted in the most racist, heinous way. And where is our outrage? Is it because the perpetrator is the son of a former Chief Justice? When will we stand up for what is right? Will we wait until our daughter, our sister, our mother to speak up? That's what Manzo Walton Desir posted on social media. Marilyn, I think I have you. Or is it Candy? Go ahead, Marilyn.
I'm here. I agree with every word that Amanzo has written there. She is spot on, spot on. And with the last caller, with the agriculture expo, I agree with her also because you know what? I'm looking at these fictitious figures. That expo did not cater for the small man. It
Uh-huh.
didn't cater for it's only got to make. Only got to make them by his pocket got to
Yeah,
full.
yeah, yeah.
So this is what we're looking after and we selective and full of people to make this money. Because them figures that they call it a small man farmer cannot afford that money. So I agree with the lady. And that's about the most input I would put into it. I'm not going to extend on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sure.
yeah. Thanks a lot, Marlon. Let's take another contributor and then we come back with one of our special guests. Let's take another contributor and then we come right back with one of our special guests.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duncan. Good afternoon, our listeners. Good afternoon, our Guyanese. Mr. Duncan, I'm going to say it. As I always said, I am so fed up of what's doing that I am preparing for whatever is to be, whatever is to be. But I know my stance. Let me go back to Mr. Ravindra Singh, or wherever he name was the barrister of law. Before I even delve further in that, I'm very peeved about the men of Guyana. The men of Guyana are supposed to be out there in their number supporting because they have wives, they have girlfriends. And what they like to know, Mr. Singer spotting their wife's face are, are utter those gross racial remarks to their wives. But let me tell you something. History is so short. I remember working and a man makes some complimentary remarks about my wife. The rest was history. The next person made some remarks about my son. It was history. Men have to start standing up for their wives. You think Miss Bullers could have been my wife? It would have been history already. Now, he has no respect for women, and not only women, it shows he has no respect for the black population of Guyana. And it's time that the black people should start coming out. The Afro-Guyanese should start coming out. And not only Afro-Guyanese, the Afro-Guyanese men. Because most of the time the women them is out on the road. You don't see the men. Who will give the women strength? The men have to come to give the women strength and more strength. And it's time we start getting boots on the ground. Number two, Mr. Singh, in any other country, wouldn't have been able to continue his profession. The DPP, she would have been pressured out of our office. And something that is surprising me. Now, Mr. Hicken, you're the commissioner of police or acting commissioner of police, whatever they call you, but I'm saying you're in charge of the Guyana police forces now. One of your rank has been assaulted. It peeves me the attitude and the way the police go around it. You can't tell a man that you're gonna bust his head open, the police start charging for threatening behavior and threatening language. Eh? Now he's alleged that he spat on that woman. That is an assault. And he also used racial remarks. And yet the police cannot find a charge to charge this man. Women do private charges, and the PPP government get involved in it because the DPP wouldn't even think about doing that. But I'm going to tell you all something. Time is longer than twine, and Guyanese are getting frustrated. Come now to that expo. Starting from the beginning, the prices of the stall is to keep certain Guyanese out. Okay? They only make reservations for certain people. They ain't even included the school children in that. Those are things that a president of a country will try to do, bring the school children in the forefront. Let them see what they can get and encourage them to take up different fields within agriculture. So no, they choose not to do that. All they're studying is the benefit from the foreign investors, that they can make money, that they can get a drawback. I have no apologies to nobody. I don't care. And they're not thinking anything about the Guyanese public. It's just about themselves. And then to crown it off, we have some of those brown-nosed Negroes there. Brown-nosed Negroes. Let them go and check and see why people call them brown-nosed Negroes. Those Negroes, they're not black people or African, they're brown-nosed Negroes. They're out there posting up and they're doing all sorts of things. Now, these people don't have no interest with Guyanese people. All they want to do now is make way into the Afro-Guyanese areas, so that next election you will see a lot of them will be running on the PPP slate. They're just interested with money and interested of start already garnishing votes for the PPP. So we Afro-Guyanese got to be well aware of what's going on and keep their head above water. That's all for now.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Onyx Candy, I think Marlon wants to jump in. Go ahead, Marlon.
Well said. That was well said. And that's one of the things I would always call for Borneo name. If you had an agri expo, something like that, Mr. Borneo would have got buses all over the country and got school children on it and going down to observe to see what is going on. That's all I will have to say.
Candy,
Hello?
mute Marlon. Candy.
Yeah, is it my turn?
Yes, Candy, go right ahead.
Sharad?
Go right ahead, Candy.
Yeah. I must say that I quite agree. I quite agree with the caller. And what I'm saying is, yeah, the PPP is blatantly discriminating the Guyanese people. Yeah. Now, this thing about the fertilizer, the billions of dollars you invested in fertilizer, why?
Candy,
I don't think that's
you might need to
necessary,
mute
because
whatever
that
device.
doesn't solve any problem that we're having. Because if everything is going away, they're taking everything, as one caller said, one of our guests on the show said. Now, what they're going to take? They're taking fish? That doesn't solve any problem that we're having. Because if everything is going away, they're taking
Candy, something you're listening to, we're hearing the feedback, so you might need to mute it.
No, what they're going to take? They're taking fish?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, all the fish will go away. And that was what I'm trying to say. Now, this okay, I think that's better now.
Yes, go right ahead.
There's a feedback somewhere.
Yeah, something Candy's listening to her and is giving you that feedback. Go ahead, Candy.
Oh, okay. Is it better now?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay.
Yes, go right ahead.
So Sharon, as I was saying, the billions of dollars that you invest into this fertilizer to distribute, you could have distributed that money to the people, the same people, distributed to the people instead of buying the fertilizer and give it to them. I mean, come on, you have to get real. They have to get real. The Guyanese people are sleeping too. They're not seeing things. They're not standing up. We need to stand up. We need to unite and stand up and fight against these people. The PPP regime is going to destroy Guyana every day. Now I'm talking about the handout, the vouchers or whatever. What is this going to solve? Yep. You're giving one set of people these hampers or vouchers or whatever it is, and then you're not giving to certain people. Because look at the fishermen. The fishermen, they can't go and do fishing again because the fishes are not anywhere. It's hard to fish out there now. These people are home. They're not doing nothing. They're going ballistic. They're frustrated. The money, they're not making the money that they normally would make when they go to work. Now, don't you think it's fair that they should have gotten some kind of compensation for what they're going through right now because they cannot go and catch fish, right? And another thing, Sharon, the the black people, as I should say, the PPP is targeting Linden because it's the stronghold of the APNU. Now, when Mr. Granger was in power, you didn't used to see these things here. You see, everybody was united and he was having a sign of relief that, okay, the country is going to be united as one, or people are going to be living as together, one togetherness. We wouldn't have racialism in this country anymore. It was started to fade away. That discrimination and racism has started to fade away because I have seen a very big significant changes in our black people and our races together. They are coming to unity, okay, and it was going very well, and I had like what I was seeing, and this PPP regime, they came into office and all of a sudden it's like a dark cloud came over Guyana. The Guyana that we accustomed to and know is no more there. And if we don't unite Sherrod and get these people out of office, like I said the other day, Guyana will be no more. It will be just a plain barren land of no use of. We would have a use for it. And we would become like the countries of them, the South Africa and Haiti or one of those poor countries that the oil are being extracted and they have nothing to say. Our oils and resources are going to other people and we have nothing to say about it. Well, who in their right mind would take 2% royalty? Who in their right mind going to take that? It's like I have a mango tree in my yard and I sell this mango, but I don't know how much mangoes I have on it, and I don't know the price of the mangoes, and I cannot say how much money I'm making on this mangoes when I sell them because I don't know nothing. So the Guyanese people need to be educated more because I'm in Skeldon here. They have so many people that if you talk to them about what's going on in our country, they don't know. They can't respond to that and say, well, they will say something about what is going on in our country pertaining to resources, how rich the country is, the development of the country, where our country is going, and what they should expect in the future or soon time to come. They don't know nothing. They're like lost. They're lost in the dark. They can't even say what it is we're talking about because they don't know. And I'm trying to like educate a lot of people, like like just talk to them and let them know what is going on in our country because it sickens me to see that so many people don't exactly know where we stand in this country and what is ahead of us for the future. You know, there was a woman, East Indian descent, and she's a PPP supporter, and she blatantly discriminated the APNU, and this woman stand up one day and say she rather eat grass. My mistake if I say something offensive, but I have to say it exactly how she said it. She said she preferred to eat grass than for a black man rule in the government. I'm sorry if I say something to offend anybody. Sharon, right? Yeah, and these PPP supporters on this side here, there's a lot. Region 6 has a lot. They are so ashamed now. It's like they're crying and nobody's hearing them. They're crying, but their cries cannot be heard because of what? Their pride. The pride now is stepping in because they are so ashamed. Because when they were saying all these things about the APNU and they're discriminating the black people as well, they weren't feeling that way. Now that they're seeing the PPP true color that the PPP has shown them now, is that they're very much upset and hurting, but they are so ashamed to say something about it and speak up or voice their opinion to do something about it. They want to do things about it, but they're ashamed. And then Barrett Jagdeo is gonna come up here and he's gonna brainwash them again. And then he's gonna have them like little elves and little footstools to, follow him again around. And that's one of the things. He's going into Linden now. He went to Linden and he whatever he did there, I don't know what he went there for because it makes no sense. Because whether you go there or not, you can't win Linden. You cannot get no support from Linden. But what he's trying to say is he's going to all the other societies and he's mixing and blending. But what are you mixing there for? He's blatantly said a whole bunch of crap about the APNU. What he was telling and instructing the people to do when APNU or any of the ministers go into the village to chase them out and run them out and chase them. They're illegal. They're squatting in parliament. They're squatting in for power. Why? Why can't we do the same thing to them when they come into our area? Why can't the APNU supporters do the same thing as he was instructing his supporters to do to the APNU minister? Why can't we do that? When he went to Linden, why can't the Lindeners do the same thing? Chase him out and say he's illegal, he's this, he's squatted in power, and what I mean? I think we need to give him some of his own medicine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, guys, next topic.
Hold on for us. Hold on for us. You're alive below the belt. Yep, 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 yep. Guys, that's our time, unfortunately. Marlon, final thoughts. Final thoughts, Marlon. Final thoughts, Candy, and then we wrap up. All right. I think that's gonna be it, folks. That's gonna be it. And we're so happy to have had some of our favorite folks with us. Thanks, Marlon. Thanks, Candy, for coming through for us. Thanks, Onyx, as well, who joined, and all the persons who would have contributed. Let me take a few comments before we run off, folks. Let me take a few of the voice notes that we have before we run off. Let me take a couple before we run off.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duncan. Good afternoon, all listeners. Good afternoon, all Guyanese.
All right, we've had that already. Sorry about that. We've had that one already. And we're going to try to take some of the. We got a couple we can run through quickly because all of the views expressed really matter to us. And we don't want to shortchange anybody. Let's see if we can take this one.
Good afternoon, Sharon, invited guests and listeners. I'm going to start off today about the conference that is being held in the name of an agricultural forum. I want to say when I did some checking up, I do not think that the organizer for that event is on the right track. Now, when you look at the cost of the boots, which small time farmer can afford?
Sorry about that. We have that one already.
Sharon, it is my conviction that until the Guyanese people, regardless of their ethnicity, stand up for their rights, there will be a problem. I know that there are several forums for the financial side of things for the nation to understand. I know that there's always a current affairs event taking place on social media. What they call us, the speaker said just now about the fishing industry. It brings me back to a thought I expressed before. Perhaps we can have some forum where we can start talking about the implications of climate change. I don't think a lot of people understand the repercussions of all these things that are being done. Nobody is really studying about the implications, right? There's so much activity going on, that they're chasing the fish away. And with all this flaring, that is why we're having so much um, floods and things like that. We don't understand, or not we, but some people don't understand the implications of flaring. The government continues on this reckless path, and the people are suffering. You know, it's not, it's frightening, really.
Yep. We hear that. We hear that. We hear that. And we're gonna take this one.
Hi, Sharon. Good day.
Good day to
I
you,
just
sir.
want to make a comment on has taken place at GWA. What I saw happen at GWA with the finding of the workers is playing out wickedness, vindictiveness, and evil, and with also some racist overtone. The previous CEO that we had at GWA, Mr. Van der Charles, he did a very good job. And there's no doubt about it. The water system had improved. Even on the East Coast, where I live, the contents of the water had started to get better. All the red iron from the water had started to improve. And not only that, we were getting water up to 8 o'clock in the night on the Van West Charles. The water improved. We started to get water 24 hours a day, right? And also, GWI made a profit, even though they had all those persons that were employed, they made a profit. You understand? But it all come down to this system of governance that we have in this country. Remember in the 2000s, we had a CEO. I can't remember what his name was, so something Singh. That is exactly what he was doing too. He was fining the black people from GWI also, and some of them even had difficulties in getting their benefit. And when he was caught with corruption, he flee the country and run to Canada. Something Singh was his name. I can't really remember, right? But there's the attitude of these people. I believe there's a some kind of dark society that has a pillar in racism that govern the actions of these people in this country, right? And not only that, I believe Guyana also need more than a day of prayer. You can't just come out with a 1 day prayer for Guyana. Guyana need a lot of healing. And those persons who came out of the 1 day prayer in the government, in public spaces, just like how the Pharisees behave, come out where everybody could see them. And when in fact they are all hypocrites, they will be judged in due course of time. You understand? But like one songwriter said, one songwriter said that wicked heart can't sweep with broom, right? Wicked people, you can't sweep their heart with broom. They are already wicked. You understand? And they need spiritual help in order to change from their wickedness.
Yep. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. And finally, guys, I think we have that one already. I think we had that one already, guys. Thanks for coming through, each and every one of you. You've made our program so special today. You guys have made our program very, very special today. And that's going to do it for our time at this end, guys. Thanks, Marilyn, again. Thanks, Candy out of Scaldon. Thanks, Onyx, for coming through. And all our other contributors who made our Friday open mic program so special. Carol Jacobs, we see you out there, and Wilma Grant. There's with Simon Liverpool and Giselle Chipper. Yvonne, Yvonne Ramosar, we see you as well. And all the other beautiful folks, Carl Miller, we see you as well. Guys, thanks for joining our program. Do remember to share the broadcast for us. Smash that emoji button. Partner with us, guys, so we can continue to go from strength to strength. Guys, partner with us. Please, we need that. Partner with us. We're available on several platforms for your convenience. We're available via Cash App. We're available via Zelle. We're available via Western Union, MoneyGram, MMG. We're available via PayPal as well, guys. All of your convenience. You want to know how you need any additional information? The very number you've been sending those voice notes to today is our MMG number. WhatsApp us, and we'll be certain to give you guidance. Thanks for joining us, guys. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe. Stay safe out there.